Hey guys, HTV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few exciting things to go over. Heatwave Arena has been announced. We also have some more Nintendo Switch 2 rumors and paintings that have also dropped. A lot of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, Pokemon Heatwave Arena has been announced. This was posted on PokeBeach saying Heatwave Arena set revealed featuring Misty, Ethan, Cynthia, and Arven's Pokemon. So check out this article on PokeBeach for all of the details. So this is a new Japanese Pokemon TCG set. Don't know if it's going to be coming to the West. It might be. But yeah, it says Heatwave Arena set revealed featuring Misty, Ethan, Cynthia, and Arven's Pokemon. So the Heatwave Arena set has been officially revealed. As posted before, it will release on the 14th of March. The set will feature 63 cards before secret rares. It will feature trainers Pokemon for Misty, Ethan, Ho-Oh, Cynthia Garchomp, and Arven and Mabostiff. We anticipate our May set will feature cards from the Stevens Metagross EX and Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX decks. Heatwave Arena featuring Cynthia's Garchomp EX and the Glory of Team Rocket featuring Rocket's Mewtwo EX. We are currently working on translation, so keep checking back. But these are some of the new cards. So obviously Cyndaquil, Ethan's Cyndaquil should I say, Ethan's Quilava, Ethan's Typhlosion, Ethan's Slugma, Ethan's Macargo, Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. We also have Misty's Psyduck, Misty's Magikarp, Misty's Gyarados, Ethan's Pichu, Ethan's Adventure, Sacred Ash, and then a few other cards as well from like the illustration contest, which is for Alligator, Pikachu, and then also Toxtricity as well. So we're finally getting like some Johto representation, but it was for me a little bit late because it was the 25th anniversary of Johto last year, and now we're getting the Johto stuff this year. Doesn't really make sense, but either way, it's a cool new Japanese set that's popped up, and yeah, some really cool Johto cards in that. It's just seemingly going straight into these trainer cards. Like we know we're gonna get it in the I can't remember what it's called, like Battle Together or something. The big like End set with like End's Reshiram that everybody wants. So they're kind of doing a lot more trainer cards, just like they did in the past. So yeah, it's cool to see. But anyway, that is Heatwave Arena. Moving on, we have a ton of new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors to go over regarding different aspects, different paintings, stuff like that. We covered a lot of paintings in like yesterday's video or whatever video was up the other day. But we have some more information to go over here about the Nintendo Switch 2. So we've got Nintendo Everything here tweeting out saying Nintendo president on Switch 2 supply promises to meet demand. So just reiterating once again that scalpers are not gonna win this time, and there's gonna be enough product out there for people to be able to get their hands on the Switch 2, and they basically won't have to pay ridiculous prices to get it. But it says Nintendo president on the Switch 2 supply promises to meet demand, and there's also been an update taking measures against scalpers. So Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa has briefly commented on the supply situation with the Nintendo Switch 2 leading up to the new console's launch later this year. This comes as part of the company's financial results shared earlier today. So I think the financial results were shared, I think like 2 or 3 days ago. Speaking with investors, Furukawa promised that the company will meet demand. So Nintendo is looking to avoid a similar situation that's affected its current console previously. So Furukawa actually said there was a time when the Nintendo Switch was in short supply and there was a lot of reselling. It is important that we have enough units to meet demand, and we are proceeding with preparations for the release. I think this is another reason that it probably got postponed as well, because originally the Switch 2 was going to come out in 2024. But maybe the demand was just going to be too big and they just didn't have enough consoles. So maybe they pushed that release date back so they could produce a lot more consoles, which, again, I don't mind because it just saves us having to deal with scalpers and everything. There still will be scalpers, but you know, I don't think you have to wait a long time to get this console. I think it's going to be relatively easy to get, hopefully anyway. It says the original Nintendo Switch did face its own fair share of supply issues around release. There was also some periods of scarcity during the pandemic, although that was partially due to chip shortages. And then while Nintendo reported its financial results today for the first 3 quarters of the year, everything was strictly about the Nintendo Switch 1. The company said it will only discuss how Nintendo Switch 2 will impact its financial results for the fiscal year ending March 2026 in May. You can read up on Nintendo's latest financial results there. There's also been an update as well related to the above. Nickel has a comment from Furukawa regarding scalpers. He's basically said that Nintendo will take all possible measures against resales, etc. Based on our past experiences, we are proceeding with preparations. So again, reiterating once again, that you're going to be able to get your hands on the Switch 2 when it does come out later on this year. Moving on, we do have a couple of other Nintendo Switch 2 things to go over. So this was posted by Go Nintendo tweet saying Switch 2 to use 9-axis motion sensor versus the 6-axis on the Switch. So this is quite big if this does turn out to be true. So we got rumor Switch 2 to use 9-axis motion sensor versus the 6-axis on the Switch. I like to move it. The current Switch allows for motion control inputs through the Joy-Con due to the 6-axis motion sensor inside. This allows the Joy-Con to detect movement along 3 axes for rotation, so we've got the gyroscope, and then 3 axes for acceleration, which is the accelerometer. I think I'm pronouncing that right, probably not, but anyway. Today, a patent has surfaced that indicates the Switch 2 will likely go a step further. So according to a patent that appears tied to the Nintendo Switch 2, we can expect the system itself to use a 9-axis motion sensor. So this kind of sensor tracks 3 spatial axes, so the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis as well, including acceleration from an accelerometer, angular velocity from a gyroscope, and magnetic field strength from a magnetometer. This would no doubt give an improved motion controlled experience on the Nintendo Switch 2. So here's something extra interesting about 9-axis motion sensing tech, as it would not just be a step forward for the Nintendo Switch 2, but also a step back into Nintendo's past. For those who don't know, the Wii U gamepad actually used 9-axis motion sensing as well. Looks like Nintendo feels that old approach is the best way forward on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it should provide an experience that requires far less recalibration. Finally, it's worth noting that it's unclear whether this 9-axis motion sensing ability is part of the Switch 2 unit itself or the Joy-Con as well. So some parts of the patent make it seem like the same tech is in the Nintendo Switch 2 unit along with the Joy-Con, while other parts point to the Joy-Con having 6-axis control and the Nintendo Switch 2 itself featuring 9 axes. But either way, really good information to know about. It's still just a rumor at the end of the day, but these patents are very likely to all be true. Like I said, we covered a couple the other day, going over the mouse mode and a few other things as well. This is another patent that's come out. I think that's it for all the patents now until some more kind of come out. I think that's basically everything covered. But we do also have this to go over as well. So we've got Nintendo Soup here tweeting out saying, rumor Switch 2 game boxes may be larger than the Switch 1. So I don't think this is that crazy. You'd kind of expect this to be the case, but either way, it looks like they are going to be a little bit bigger. So it says, rumor, the Switch 2 game boxes may be larger than Switch 1s. So last month, Nintendo officially revealed the Nintendo Switch 2, the larger and presumably more powerful successor to the Nintendo Switch. Aside from the console itself being bigger than the original model, it seems that the boxes for the Nintendo Switch 2 games will be larger as well. This rumor comes via the French retailer Fnac via Necro Felipe of Universo Nintendo. The report claims that Fnac published the dimensions for the Switch 2's game box, measuring 19.5 centimeters by 13 centimeters. So Fnac's listing for Take-Two Interactive's Nintendo Switch 2 game has dimensions similar to the potential physical media cover. Taking into account that the measurements are accurate, I made a simple assembly. So, a comparison mock-up from Cardin LH was also posted to the Nintendo Switch 2 subreddit, revealing that these measurements would make the Switch 2 game box larger than the Nintendo Switch 1 and closer to the size of Xboxes and PlayStation game boxes. So you can see the comparison here. So this is the Nintendo Switch game box, and then this is the Switch 2 box on the side. So you can see that it's quite a bit bigger as well. Which, again, I don't know if you'd expect it, because, I mean, the cartridge is going to be a little bit different regardless, because they don't want people putting the Switch 2 cartridge into the Switch 1 because it just won't work. But obviously it's got to still make the Switch 1 cartridge work. So maybe the Switch 2 is going to have like a little flick on the side or something that will stop it going into the Switch 1, but obviously will allow it to go into the Switch 2. But yeah, it also looks like the game sort of, I guess, cases are also going to be bigger as well. It is speculated that the difference in size is so that buyers will not get confused between Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch 1 games, although it is likely to come across as more of an annoyance to collectors. That said, we caution readers to take this rumor with a grain of salt. Stay tuned for more updates as they come. I mean, yeah, if you like displaying them all, it is going to be a little bit annoying that the Switch 2 is then just bigger. But yeah, I mean, I understand it's to stop people thinking that, yeah, this is a Switch 1 game, but I guess if you have the big old Switch 2 logo in the top left or something, then you'd like to think that would be enough to make people aware that it's not a Switch 1 game. But either way, that's that. And then we've got a couple of other things to quickly go over as well regarding what was also shown in like the paintings and stuff. This is from Necro Felipe. And then one of the patents for the new Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch 2 basically stops the joke that the controller's attachment could be broken if forced due to the design purposely designed so that the tooth of the circuit is inward and the controller does not move when attached. So yeah, a lot of people kind of made this joke that this bit was going to sort of snap off if you were like trying to like, I guess, move the Joy-Con whilst it's still on the Switch 2. But it looks like the way that it's made is that will not happen. So it will not snap off and stuff. It's not going to be really flimsy. It's not going to be really delicate. You don't have to worry about it. If you accidentally, like, I guess, snap, it's not going to, like, break the console. Which, I mean, I'm glad that's a thing. I'm not surprised because so many of these would break if it was, like, a really flimsy thing on the Joy-Con. But luckily, that's not going to be the case. So there's going to be barely any Joy-Con drift, or hopefully no Joy-Con. I mean, in fact, there should be zero Joy-Con drift because of the way that these are made. And then you also don't have to worry about it snapping the controller either, because that has also been taken into account. And then as well as that, we have this from Necro as well about the Switch 2 Joy-Con. So a little bit more about the information regarding the painting. So what it's going to have is optical sensor on both the L and the R buttons, notification LED on both the L and the R buttons, HD rumble on both the L and the R buttons. Like I said, we covered this in a little bit in a previous video, but this is a little bit more from the actual painting. Like, this is the actual image of it here, which has popped up. It says gyroscope, accelerometer on both the L and the R, and then NFC on the R side, and then IR camera. There's not going to be an IR camera, should I say. That was apparently confirmed by this person here. So we're still waiting to see what this C button is for the Joy-Con. Again, it's probably going to be something to do with chat or some sort of connectivity thing. But yeah, that's probably going to get revealed in April. I mean, all this stuff that we've covered in the paintings and stuff are probably also all just going to get revealed in April. In that direct, I think they're going to show a lot of the console and obviously the release date and what it can do. I think it's going to show demos being played. I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to be able to play the demos and stuff after this Switch 2 Direct because, you know, of it kind of popping it. There's like loads of like pop-up locations and stuff that obviously you needed to get a ticket for. So that's all going to be a thing. And yeah, it should be decent. Very, very excited for it. Very, very excited for it indeed. And then obviously they'll show off all the games and everything as well. But either way, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please do consider leaving a like. Let's try and hit 500. It does really, really help out. Make sure to leave a comment as well on your thoughts that we covered. All the sort of Nintendo Switch 2 stuff that we've covered today. All the paintings, everything like that. And then also let me know your thoughts on the Heatwave Arena as well. It looks like a cool set. Again, it looks like it's going to be Japanese only, but either way, it is something that is going to be popping up this year. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like I say, drop a like. Really helps out. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.